inspired the whole world. Everybody was cheering, come on Kurds, let's go. Well, the Kurds not only won the Battle of Kobani, but they spread beyond there and they began to seal the border with Turkey. They were on the verge of pinching this ISIS gap, and that was the point at which Turkey rushed to the coalition, to the U.S., and said, we want to be part of the coalition if you will simply create kind of a no-fly zone in there, and then we will bomb ISIS. They launched 300 airstrikes almost immediately. 297 of those strikes were against our Kurdish allies. So what they have done is secured this area for ISIS so that the ISIS supplies can continue to flow. Now, not only do they get oil, yes, go ahead.
Real quick I wanted to ask about the downing of the Russian jet by the Turks. Where does that come into play? You've got plenty of, obviously,
yes,
plenty of military background in this and strategy, etc. Let's talk about the downing of the Russian jet by the Turks and why.
Sure. Well, here's the reason. There actually are two gaps. There is the ISIS gap, but also Turkey supplies al-Qaeda and all of the al-Qaeda affiliates. And I could go through all the names, but just suffice it to say they all are affiliated with al-Qaeda. The area where the jet went down was this tiny finger of land. It's about 1 kilometer across, so that you or I could jog across that distance. You can imagine a jet aircraft flying across. You're talking about just a momentary crossing of that. Now that's if you accept the Turkish version that there actually was an overflight. If there was an overflight, it was a matter of moments. They claim, oh, well, we warned and warned and warned. Well, you can't warn and warn and warn when an aircraft is only over a piece of land for seconds. I'm not sure whether there was a brief overflight of this tiny piece of land, but one way or the other, there was no excuse. It was a clear act of aggression. It was an ambush of the Russian jet. There was no justification whatsoever. And Russia had worked with the United States as head of this coalition and said, look, we're going to share with you our flight data so that there are no incidents. The United States knew where that jet was going to go, and yet somehow that information was not transmitted to the Turks. At least that's what we're supposed to believe.
Well,
but there was no excuse for downing the jet.